Hey everybody, this is the Congress guy with another deck review. We're going to stray away from Congress today. We're going to look at an original 999 Steamboat deck. These have been reproduced as of late, so we're going to go with one of the originals. So we'll go ahead and look at the box here. I'll flip it over. You can read the tax stamp a little better, and you'll see that it's March 4, 1919. This is a Class A tax stamp. This followed the normal 2-cent tax stamps that ended in 1917. These only ran for a few years, I think up until the very early 1920s. You might see a double Class A tax stamp on some old 500 decks. And I'm not sure if they put a second one on there because of maybe the weight of the box, or they just wanted to tax it more. Who knows? So we'll get right into it here. So we already see the 999 is kind of blocked there by the large tax stamp. Brand of the U.S. Playing Cards. As trademarks is Steamboat, the U.S. Playing Card Company, Cincinnati, USA, Russell and Morgan Factories. We'll look at the side here. Nothing special, just 999 Steamboat. And at the bottom, this I think is where you would see the barcodes of today's reproductions. And once again, 999 Steamboat on this side. We'll look at the back of the box. Obviously, it's a little torn here. I'm not sure what this says, 2J here in pencil, but 999 Steamboat playing cards. And top of the tax stamp here, canceled by USPC Company. So let's look inside here. And you've got the backs here, the floral print. And these are, I think these were sold for about 3 cents a pack back then. Just, paper. Still sound pretty good. 3 cents back then was relatively cheap. So I can't imagine they would be anything really. Maybe $1 or something today. I don't have my inflation calculator out today. But we'll go ahead and look here. You got the Joker, Steamboat. Z33 is the Joker code. We don't know what that means. It's definitely not a date code. And here is the Ace of Spades. 3A19. 19 could be 1919. I am going to say no. The USPCC date code is a letter with 4 numbers following it. The letter is your date code. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at the rest of these cards. Now this is a deck from 1919. As you can see, these cards are in excellent condition. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find another Steamboat deck of this quality. They don't come up for sale terribly often. A lot of them do, and they ask big money for them. So you can see there's no real creases or anything. Standard cards like you find today. These are. They feel like paper. I don't think they're linen finish or anything like that. So some of these cards do stick together a little bit. I know when I got this deck, when I first started collecting cards back around 2011, when I started getting old decks, my dad actually gave this to me in a different deck as well. He says, there's a couple of cards missing. You can go ahead and have it if you want. And a few months later, I'm going through them, and they're all there. So he said, just keep them. So we got a little bit of scuffing there on the 3. Actually, that comes right off. So you can just scrape that off somehow. So, can you do cardistry with this one? Maybe. I doubt it. But if there's any cardists out there when I run across them at the convention next year for 52 Plus Joker, I may ask them to do something with them. Value on this deck, I'm not quite sure. Probably $25 to $50, maybe more. I'm not quite sure what these are going for right now. So let's go ahead and just get through the rest of these here. And we'll get in toward the, so here's the rest of the hearts. And we'll get into these. We got some ad cards here. And we have 2 of them. 808 bicycle playing cards, ivory or air cushion finish, large indexes, easy on the eyes. I'm not quite sure why this has 2 ad cards with it. Usually you only see one, sometimes you see none. A lot of people say, when they open new decks, oh, here's an ad card, let's just toss it out. It reminds me of when we collected baseball cards, at least, from the 60s, 70s, 80s. They had the checklist. People just threw them away. I don't need a checklist, or they mark them up to find out what they need to fill their collection for that year. And some of those checklists go for big money. Ad cards, probably not, but I consider a full deck if you have the Joker and any advertising cards, any blank cards people get rid of because you just don't see them much. So this is my review of Steamboat 999. This, like I said, is a original Steamboat deck from the late 1910s, almost 1920, so 1919 according to the tax stamp. One thing I did miss, we'll go ahead and look at this real quick. Issued yearly, the official rules of card games, Hoyle up to date. Bicycle cards have the wearing and playing qualities for general club and home play. Congress cards, art backs for social play. U.S. Playing Card Company, Cincinnati. So I almost forgot to look at the inside flap there. So, anyway, that is my deck review. Gives you a window into a 100-year-old Steamboat deck that you can, it's, I'm not a very good shuffler, so bear with me. They don't go back together very well. But they still handle pretty nicely. So I would say you can probably use these in a home game or something as long as you don't bend the cards. So this is the Congress guy going off topic with the Steamboat deck this week. So hope you enjoyed my video. Make sure you click that like button, hit that notification button, and make sure you subscribe. I will be getting into other antique decks as well, including a nice French deck from the 1910s coming up in the next video. And we will see you soon.